All right. Happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. Welcome to tonight's live broadcast. It is Monday, January 18th, 2021, our first live show of the year, our first one of 2021. So, first off, welcome, everybody. We made it, right? We made it through last year somehow. If you're here, if you're with me, we're here in a new year. Who knows what it's going to bring, but we made it, and that's worth celebrating right there. So right off the bat, congratulations, guys. You made it. We're all here, and it's Monday. It's Michael Myers Monday, so let's have a drink to that. It's been a while since I did one of these broadcasts, and it's been about a month. And there was Christmas, there was holidays, New Year's, and we've got quite a bit to discuss. Quite a lot's happened since the last time we did one of these broadcasts. Well, a few things happened. We got a photo from HK, of course, and we're going to dig into that in just a minute. But first of all, I just want to welcome everybody. As always, if you're new here, my name is Matt. I am the owner and editor-in-chief and founder of Halloween Daily News. And this is our live show where we talk about the Halloween movie franchise and everything related to Michael Myers and all the Myers news of the week and of the moment and since our last live show. And it's mainly, more than anything, a time for me to connect directly with you guys, our viewers, our readers, our subscribers, whether you subscribe to our site, HalloweenDailyNews.com directly, or here on YouTube, or all of the above. This is a great time to connect, and I encourage you to chat away, join in the discussion, and connect with each other, of course. And hey, Phil, I see Phil is here. I was just going to say, if you are a returning viewer, then welcome back. It's been too long, guys. I know it's been about a month, maybe even a little over, and but I'm happy to be back, and hopefully there won't be any unexpected technical issues tonight, but if there are, I'll do my best to reconnect to this stream. If that's impossible, I'll start another one, and we'll just take it from there. Otherwise, we're just going to go with it. So there's Alan Postscript. What's up, Alan? Good to see you, man. Thank you for joining us tonight, man. I love it. I love it. Some local love here on the Outer Banks, you guys. Alan is an extremely talented musician and filmmaker and horror writer, so be sure to check out his stuff when you get a chance. Thanks for being here, man. So anyway, guys, yeah, let me know how are you guys doing? Did you celebrate the holidays? Did it treat you all right? We got a lot to talk about tonight. I'm going to get into it here in just a second, but I just want to give a minute and let everybody find their way in here. And I'm going to stop yapping for just a second and take a drink. I'm drinking my traditional Michael Myers mango twist tonight. And if you're playing the drinking game at home, you can just take a swig every time somebody like me says Michael Myers Monday. I had a pretty good holidays. Of course, it was mellow, but my wife, my son, we were here, and we celebrated as best we could. I don't know if you guys can see this T-shirt, but this was one of my favorite gifts I got. Love Nightmare Before Christmas. Love Jack Skellington. I love Halloween, Michael Myers. I love everything Halloween. So my son, my wife, obviously they know me so well. The shirt fits me perfect. Literally, and I just love that image. I wish I knew the artist, though. So I was going to ask you guys, if you guys know who created this artwork of Michael as Jack. Like, can you see it's got the whole nightmare? I'd love to know. Because it doesn't say anywhere on the site where they ordered it. So, anyway, that's one thing I got for the holidays. Love the shirt. Thank you, Phil. Another thing they surprised me with is the H2 mug, which I'm not drinking out of tonight, but we might have to initiate that here on a future live show. I think the autofocus is following that. Pretty awesome. If you get up real close, you can see it does have the skull pumpkin logo in there, right in the middle, and just the classic black and white. But of course, tonight I'm just drinking out of it's actually a resurrection, but it's my standard that I've been doing here. I get superstitious and don't want to change things once I've done it enough times and things have gone all right. I don't know. You guys superstitious like that? Sometimes drink out of the mug, Are we going to change the mug tonight? I don't know. It'd have to be the right occasion. When we're discussing H2, I think then definitely. Or when we're doing a tribute to Dick Warlock or somebody from H2. Which, by the way, we are going to have some guests on here this year. That's going to be coming. It's in the works. Using the Zoom technology for the first time here soon. It's going to be exciting. But tonight it's me, just by my lonesome again. Another thing that we got, not for the holidays, these got in right after the holidays, but I, wanted to start off with another show and tell. We've done this a few times, and I didn't bring any masks down, but what we do have new in the shop since the last time I was here last month, I had talked about them, and they are for sale on the site right now, but this is the Halloween 2 Michael Myers reaction figure from Super 7. Okay, I'm trying to get that so you don't have too much glare there and it's in focus. That is the brand new figure. They released Laurie Strode too, but she sold out immediately, and we were not able to get any Lauries. We were really too late to get on with some of these, but Super 7 worked with us and was able to find us a few cases, which we got right after Christmas. So these are actually for sale in our online store right now at HalloweenDailyNews.com/shop. And if you remember, back in 2014, Super 7 collaborated with Funko, and they released the Halloween 78 Myers reaction figure. And I got that one, of course, right away, but I made the mistake then of only getting one, and I like to open my toys and play with them and photograph them and display them and see how they work. And so I've been on the search trying to find an affordable second version of that 2014 one, because, after that very first printing, they never made any more of the Myers. They did more of all the other horror figures that were released in that wave, which included Freddy and Jason, and they've done lots more since then. Only that Myers until this year, and now it's the H2 license, and they did the Laurie companion as well. But that Laurie, again, unless they do a second printing of that Laurie, she's completely sold out right now. And the Michaels are sold out from the factory at the moment. We can't get any more than we've got right now, unless, again, they make more, in which case we'll get more. But we do have some in our store right now. And I do have one. Like I said, I like to open my stuff and play with it. Yes, I'm still a big kid. So I did open one. And but this time I'm not going to make the same mistake. I'm keeping two for myself. I'm keeping that one in the packaging, because the packaging is so cool and retro. I don't think I showed the back of it, by the way. Oh, and there goes the scalpel out of his hand. I knew that was going to happen. I actually dropped the syringe right before I went on air here. That was in his hand. That's what the thumb's for. He comes with a syringe, but now it's on the floor somewhere. And I'm going to have to get on my hands and knees with a magnifying glass and find it so it doesn't get swept up. But he comes with a syringe, a scalpel, of course the butcher knife, and this hammer right here. And you can see, if you can see, hopefully, that he's got the 6 bullet holes, blood coming from the 6 bullet holes. Now, you may be thinking that's the exact same one they released back in 2014 with just some bullet holes, and I was tempted to think the same thing, which is another reason I wanted to open this guy, because I compare him to that. This is the 78 released in 2014, and this is the new one. And if you can see, hopefully you can see that there is quite a bit of difference there. The new figure, the H2 here, he's bulkier. I think my fingers are covering it up, but his boots are bulkier. They're thicker down below. The hand grips are different. Of course, this one, he looks like he's kind of got his thumb out like he's hitchhiking, but that's for the syringe, like I said, and it's really tiny. So be careful, because like I said, I dropped mine just trying to position it just right in the hand. But he's got a nice bigger grip over here for the hammer and for the butcher knife. And also, if you can see, the mask sculpts on the two figures are not identical either. They're quite different, actually. And I was wondering, why, why the H2, why no blood tears? You kind of would have, but of course I figure that's to be released at a later date, right? The blood tears version. So anyway, that's what that looks like. That's the new reaction figure. Again, they're not supposed to be screen accurate, obviously. These are not NECA Sideshow Mezco type collectibles. These appeal to the old, they're reminiscent of the old Kenner Star Wars figures. They're not all screen accurate. It's the reminiscent, the vintage packaging and the feel of having these figures from our childhoods that would never be available in toy stores. Have them available as an adult in toy form like that, in the 3.7 inch, 3.75 inch, 3 3/4, just like the old Star Wars figures. Again, articulation, not a whole lot. It's just very basic. Arms go up and down, legs. But again, most people, unless you're like me and you've got to have two of them, probably aren't going to take them out of the package. They're great for displaying. Again, when we ship them out, it's not even going to have the hole punch yet. That's up to you if you want to punch that or not. But by the way, if you've got Amazon Prime, I know everybody does, check out the, at a toy store near you. It's a cool new show that I discovered recently. A lot of cool stories, great episodes, a lot of stores I want to check out sometime. But they do one on Super 7, which was really interesting to me. Because when we watched that episode, it was like right around a day or two within receiving this first shipment from them. And we're definitely probably going to be getting more in the future. I'm hoping again, they had the H78 license 6-7 years ago. They've got the H2 license now. That means they're dealing with Universal. So very likely, I'm thinking maybe what's next after H2 Lori and Michael. I mean, maybe an H2 Loomis. That would be great. Maybe this time it'd be Loomis with Blood Tears Michael. I could see that. Or how about Halloween 3? How about the 3 Silver Shamrock kids? NECA just put theirs out. The clothed action figure version. The 8-inch scale. So maybe we'll get the reactions of the Silver Shamrock kids. I don't know. I'd love to see that, though, if so, and we'll definitely be carrying them. But they're putting out a lot of awesome stuff. A lot of just heavy metal stuff. Just all kinds of cool vintage-themed figures. So we've got them in stock. All right. Enough of that now. That's what's new in our store. That's the show and tell. Now let's get into the news. And of course, you guys know the news. It's old news now. January 6th, a day that history is going to remember for other reasons. But we, Michael Myers fanatics here, we're going to remember it as the day that the first official photo of Michael Myers, the first still from Halloween Kills, was officially released. Now, we've gotten the brief teaser videos, and we've done screen grabs and made our own stills from that. But this is an officially released still. And my first reaction to it, well, let's excuse me. Let's go ahead and look at it while we're talking about it. How about that? Because now we can do cool stuff like this. There we go. There it is. That's the first official photo of Michael Myers in Halloween Kills. Now, my first thought, first time I saw it, I mean, it looks great. It looks almost like an action figure, even, like a NECA action figure. It's so composed and just, but my first thought was, is this an actual still from the finished film, or is it a publicity shot from the on-set photographer? Because if you'll remember last year, or not last year, the last film, 3 years ago now, in as the hype machine started to roll for Halloween 2018, the first images that were published, I think, were from Entertainment Weekly, and it was some publicity stills of Michael, doing his thing, just kind of, and I even, James Jude Courtney even talked to me about that photo shoot, and Dan Winters did it. He's an amazing photographer. You should follow him on Instagram. He's legendary. He's photographed all the presidents. He's just awesome. But that's the same guy that shot that the poster that we all love, the 2018 poster on both versions. He did all that. So I saw this photo, and I thought, is this like that? Is it one of those? But it appears that it's probably a still from the actual movie. It seems that it is. Somebody actually asked Christopher Nelson on my favorite video podcast, The Thing with Two Heads. They asked him during their live video the other week if, in fact, it is a still or publicity. He said he believes it's a still. He also said, though, don't quote him on it, and here I am quoting him on it. So sorry about that, Christopher. That's why it's not in writing on the published HalloweenDailyNews.com, because we're literally not going to quote him on that. But I am going to just let you know that he believes it's a still. I think it probably is. Now, a lot of people have dug into this picture. I'm going to go back to it now, and you can see some things immediately. I mean, obviously, the mask, the right side we can see, the left side is still shrouded in darkness. That's, what we could call the burnt side. I think we could safely say that. I think we know that from the teasers, from the fact that he's in a fire. That side of the mask is not going to look very unburnt, I don't think. But we've still not seen that. There's still been no images of the finished mask, and we still don't get that in here. But it is a classic, very much like the H2 mug I was just showing you. A very classic Michael, half silhouetted. A lot of people have pointed to the fact that the knife is super clean, which is very interesting. His hands are not, for whatever that's worth. And he is, in fact, I mean, you could see, I did actually go in to Photoshop, and I brightened it up just a tad, and you can see that he is standing at the top of some stairs. There is a familiar callback there that we all know from the classic 1978 film, which is right here. That's the moment where, he's stalking Laurie. He's coming down those stairs. And there were publicity stills of that were taken, too, by Kim Gottlieb Walker. And that all of which very much call back to this image of Michael at the top of the stairs. A lot of people are jumping to, he's at the Myers house. It's him at the top of the stairs of the Myers house. Well, technically that shot of him at the top of the stairs in the 78 film, that wasn't the Myers house, I believe. But I think that was the Wallace house. But so here we are. There's the shot. It was published via Total Film on one of their sister websites, and it's in the print version of the magazine. And at the same time, David Gordon Green was interviewed in the magazine, and he says the following. He says, "This is David Gordon Green speaking to Total Film, quote, it's about the creation of fear. It's one thing to be afraid of the boogeyman, to have someone who might be in the closet, under the bed, creeping around your house. What we wanted to explore next was confusion, misinformation, and paranoia. What happens when fear goes viral? You can't just stick your head under the covers anymore. When we made the last one, we wanted to find a way for someone who's never seen the original to get up to speed with the story. But this one gets right to the action. It's very aggressive. It's more efficient. We wanted it to be an explosive middle before things get streamlined and personal again." So, that's David Gordon Green talking about that photo to Total Film. And again, that was published online on January 6th. So, what do you guys think of that picture? A lot of people, again, are speculating that maybe it's at the Myers house. They've compared it to the still, the screen grab, the shot of Allison from the most recent teaser where she's kind of looking up, it appears, and they're trying to match. I've seen some people online saying maybe the wallpaper where her left hand is looks like that blue lit wall to what would be Michael's right side. It's very possible. It's very possible that they could go together. They could be not related at all. That it could be the Myers house, maybe not. What's clear though, without beyond a shadow of a doubt, is the fact that it's definitely a callback, to the classic Michael at the top of the stairs imagery. And we got so many of those callbacks with the imagery in 2018, and I love that they're going to keep going with that. Obviously, with the hospital setting, we know, just Haddonfield Memorial Hospital in itself is a big Easter egg callback to H2, which this year is the 40th anniversary of the original H2. And this is kind of the second of the new thing, but it's really the third because it started, don't get me going on that. But anyway, so I think it's a great first image. To sum up that, excuse me, Phil says cool picture. Yeah, I agree. I think it's a great picture. I do like that it appears that this time it is an actual still from the movie and not a publicity shot. I've seen some people note that the first image of Michael in EW, when it just showed James Jude Courtney kind of full on, almost showed too much at that time. And I think it was kind of producers of the 2018 film, it was probably a balancing of, we could try to keep the mask a big reveal, but on the other hand, if we just put it out there and own it, we can use it to build the hype. And it's kind of like, do you show this new Superman or the new Batman outfit and mask before the film's out, or do you try to keep it secret? In this day and age, you're going to put it out there and let it just build the hype. So that's what they did. And I think that's kind of what they're doing here, but I do love that, again, even in that lightened version, you can't lighten up the mask, really. And that's fine with me. I don't want to see any more than that right now, to be honest. But I think it's a great first image to be the first official image. And I look forward to seeing more as this year goes on. But y'all tell me, what do you think about that first shot? And, do you think that's the Myers house? I think it could be, but I see, just because he's at the top of the stairs, I don't think it has to be at, the same house that it was 40 years ago or whatever. I think just the fact that it's composed very similar, it's an immediate callback. It's a wink for fans. Yeah. And that's, I love it. I think it looks great. So I look forward to seeing more. All right. Now, there is some other news I have to talk about tonight. And again, it's nothing too groundbreaking, but this is actually some kind of breaking news a little bit. It's stuff that I just published a gallery on HalloweenDailyNews.com. Many of you may know that this week the annual Halloween and Party Expo is happening. And it's happening entirely online this year, virtually, for obvious reasons. Well, we are attending. We're covering it for the site, and we're also attending as buyers for our store, you know. And so we were lucky enough to, as buyers, we get to see a preview of some of the showrooms, the virtual showrooms, and some of the catalogs of many of the companies that are there starting tomorrow. So I'm going to show you, and we're going to talk about a few of the things that is in the Trick or Treat Studios 2021 catalog, as it relates to this franchise, the Halloween franchise. Now, first of all, the big thing from Trick or Treat this year is going to be the Halloween Kills mask, and that is not in there. There's no pictures of it. Before you know, I can't show you that. They can't show us that right now. It's just not available for, again, obvious reasons. Even though we feel like we've seen a lot of that mask already, and I do feel like we've seen certainly more than we had seen at 2018 at this time. Seen of 2018 by this time, but I totally understand. And again, I can be patient. But the Halloween Kill stuff, none of that is shown in the catalog. Just like last year, it is a blank page that says that the mask is coming, the coveralls are coming, and the butcher knife is coming. And all that was no different than last year. So there's not a whole lot, honestly, that they are releasing with the franchise this year, at least that they've announced at this point in the catalog. They could still add a few things down the road. But let me pull this up for you, and we'll go ahead and take a look. And I'll just start pointing out some of the things you're going to see. Now, again, not a whole lot new in the mask department at all, other than the Halloween Kills, which is obviously going to be the big daddy of them all this year. But as you can see, they are re-releasing the young Michael Myers clown mask. Now, if you'll remember, the clown mask was first released in 2019 when Trick or Treat Studios first got the 78 license, along with that 78 mask there on the left. The boogeyman on the right, by the way, is not to change the subject, but that's this guy right here. And this guy, he's the boogeyman. And we do have him in stock in our store too right now. But anyway, that's another story. So back to the young Michael Myers. If you remember the paint job, this is a slightly different, revised, updated, and I believe more screen accurate paint job of the clown. It is a small injection molded face mask, and we actually have the original version, which you can see here. That's the original version that they released 2 years ago in 2019. And so you can compare that with the new one. It's less yellow and more blue is the quickest way to say it. A lot of the yellow area and the white area in the white areas and the yellow areas above the eyes. On this one, you can see they are now blue. So, also new this year from the 78 film is the Strode Realty metal sign, which I'm assuming is probably going to be like a life-size like realty sign that you could conceivably put in your front yard, just like Lori's dad has. And then on the other side, you can see from Halloween 3, of course, the trio's back. They're there every year, but notably the um, they call it the Witch Board. It's the Halloween 3. It's basically a Ouija board, but they can't use that name because it's copyrighted. But it's a Witch Board. But it's Halloween 3, which is very fitting, a season of the Witch Board. And there, down in the corner, you see this "Welcome to Santa Mira" sign. So there you go. That's what we've got from Trick or Treat. As far as masks now, they do have a few other items like what is it? The bust. I guess they released the bust before, but they've got some new ornaments, the Christmas ornaments from the franchise, and but again, not a whole lot new from the Halloween franchise for them for Trick or Treat at this stage. But I would say that the big thing, the big news that they're releasing is not news. It's the Halloween Kills merch, which we knew was coming last year from them, but for obvious reasons, everything now is a year down the road. So and of course we'll have those masks for you. That's one of the reasons we're attending this event is to secure our pre-orders for the HK, and we're getting more 78s and more 2018s, and definitely some of those new clown masks. So, so all that's going down right now. The expo starts tomorrow. It happens Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, the 19th, 20th, and 21st of January. Now, I'm going to have more. That's Trick or Treat, because of course I immediately want to see their stuff, and we do business with them already. So we're literally shopping their product for ourselves, for our store, for our retail line. But I'm going to have a much bigger report on everything from the expo on this Friday's episode of the Halloween show, which is our pre-recorded weekly show where it covers not just the Halloween franchise, but all things Halloween, much like we do at HalloweenDailyNews.com. And that'll be up at 10:30 a.m. this Friday. I'm going to have coverage of it. And also, we'll probably talk more about some of this specific Myers and franchise-related stuff from other brands, in addition to Trick or Treat, that is at the expo this week too. But one that I'll go ahead and this it's not even up on the website yet. I haven't reported on it. Like you guys know the brand Jimmy. They put out animatronics every year, their own line. They also make the Spirit Halloween exclusive animatronics that they carry, like the Sam and the Krampus that you saw, the Michael from a few years ago. All that's made and put out by Jimmy. Well, they too are at the expo, and they've also got their 2021 catalog out, which has a ton of stuff. Now, again, I'm only talking about Myers-related or Halloween franchise-related stuff tonight, and only from these two companies, because that's all I've literally had time. We had preview weekend, but again, I've been busy and doing other things, and a lot going on in our home life and around our house. So so that's all I've really gotten a chance to. But like I said, on Friday's episode of the Halloween show and next week's live show, we'll talk more. But check this out. See those guys up there? Those are 14-inch mini animatronics. Many of you may remember back, it was around 07, 08, maybe 09. There was a Ghostface and I think a Jason and a Michael Myers, but it was a Rob Zombie Michael Myers, and they were this size. And I've got the Rob Zombie Michael Myers that is the 14-inch, and it has a button on the foot, and it moves and it makes sound. and he's awesome. And so now Jimmy this year, as you can see, new for this year, new products. We're getting a new Freddy Krueger, a new Jason Voorhees, and you can see him right there, a 14-inch animated Michael Myers. So how cool is that? And it's not the Rob Zombie one. It looks like it is. It appears to be supposed to be anyway a '78 one. Why they didn't just have his eyes be all black, the blackest eyes, I don't know. But hey, whatever. At least he's not wearing the black gloves this time. If you remember the one released in years ago, the Rob Zombie one, it came with black gloves, which was the most un-Michael thing about it. Ghostface, yes. Jason, maybe. Freddy, he's got the glove handle, but I'm not gonna wear no gloves. I mean, he did in Halloween 5, technically, I guess, as he's sitting there in the brute mask. But that's a whole other story. That's a whole other scene. Unless he's wearing the brute mask, pretending to be Mike in Mike's car. So yeah, those are some things to be excited about that's coming this year. Definitely that mini animatronic. Now you see that price there, $22.50. Pretty sure that is a wholesale price. The retail is going to be probably around $45, which is about right. I think that's what I paid for the '07 Myers, I'm going to call it. I don't know that it was released in '07. In fact, I'm pretty sure it had to have been '08 or, like I said, even '09 that it was released. And I got mine, I want to say from Kmart. It might have been from Walmart. But I'm very curious and hoping this week to speak to Jimmy directly and find out where these things are going to be sold. And if online retailers like ourselves can get a hold of them, because how awesome is that? That's an affordable price and an awesome collectible. And I love that that '07 one that I've got. I thought about bringing it down here today, but I literally this whole Jimmy stuff kind of came up late in the day, just a little bit ago, and but maybe I'll bring him down next week as for like next week's show and tell, and maybe we'll talk a little bit more about that at that time. And like I said, that's just a little preview of some of what's going to come out of our reporting from the Halloween and Party Expo, which officially starts tomorrow. But again, the catalogs are out. By the time we wrap up here, it's going to be close to midnight here on the East Coast, and tomorrow it opens, and everybody's all this is going to be coming out. I did put those images up in a gallery that just got published at HalloweenDailyNews.com. Not the Jimmy stuff yet, but the Trick or Treat Studios stuff. And there's some other stuff in that gallery that has nothing to do with this franchise, but looks really good. Like I said, they're not doing a ton with this franchise, I really think, because, they're putting everything behind Halloween Kills and the line that they've already got out, which is a great line. I can tell you for a fact, those 78s and 2018s are still selling like crazy. They're beautiful masks. And I can't say enough about this guy, the Boogeyman over here, which we do still have some of those in stock right this minute if you want to order one. So, all right, so that's the expo. That's what's happening there. There's going to be other stuff, a lot of other Halloween stuff, obviously, very possibly some other Myers stuff. I just haven't had time to even go through half the showrooms or hardly any of the catalogs. These are just a few of the brands that we're like literally there for. But there's a lot of other stuff. And from Trick or Treat specifically, there's like a collection of masks from Haunt, that horror film. There's a new The Jangly Man from Scary Stories. If you're a fan of Ghoulies, there's a Ghoulies 2 line that they're debuting. There's tons of other stuff. And you can see some previews of that right now at HalloweenDailyNews.com. But like I said, keep watching this channel for more updates from the expo on those releases and others that's coming up. Sammy Gomez, what's up, Sammy? He says, great first photo. Love the shadows. I think it is the Angers house, the Myers house. Okay, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are thinking that it's the Myers house. And it very well could be, you know. Alan says the stained glass window would be a hint, but I'm not familiar enough with the decor. Yeah, I thought about the stained glass window, and I don't recall it at the top of the Myers house steps like that. But it's so dark in that opening scene. I'd have to go back and do some freeze frame there. But again, you guys here watching, help us out. You know, because I thought about that too. The stained glass window. You know, is that in the original Myers house? Because I don't remember it if so, but it could be. Alan asking any word on the film festival, talking about our Halloween International Film Festival. The short answer is no movement on that right this moment. Just kind of playing it by ear and seeing what's going to happen here in the next few weeks as far as the national situation with the virus and what's going on with our state and regulations and all that. So no news on the festival at the moment, but tentatively still thinking that it's going to happen in some form, but no, nothing official to say at all. Yeah, they renovated. Yeah, meaning they renovated the Myers. Yeah, I think they probably did. And again, that wouldn't be the first time that this franchise changes the Myers house a bit, but maybe it is in there. You know, maybe I'm forgetting, but I don't think so. All right, Don Chaos says, "Hey everyone, what's up, Don? Welcome, happy Michael Myers Monday, man." Thanks again, everybody, for being here tonight. Always love seeing some new names, some new faces here, some new commenters. I appreciate it. I'm just going to catch my breath here for just a second. Yeah. Again, it very well could be the Myers house. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. But I think the obvious thing, like I said, I mean, the big takeaway is just like with 2018, they're going to pay really close attention to, the Easter eggs, the just having the callbacks, and in that shot specifically, even like the framing of it and kind of where the top of the stairs is located in relation to the top and the bottom of the frame, in relation to that 78 shot when you compare it. And other people, when you look at the stills from the set, that again, Kim Gottlieb Walker, she's an amazing set photographer. You can see those shots of Nick Castle, and she composed him all the way over on the right like that, and so clearly at the very least a treat for fans. But I think the shadow placement is perfect. I think let's go back to it for just a minute. Yeah, and again, I mean, I wouldn't obsess over the clean knife. I mean, maybe he just got a new one from the kitchen or something, and he's looking around. If it is the Myers house, maybe it's some kind of recreation of the opening shot of young Michael killing Judith, and in which case, maybe he went up there looking for her. She's not there. He's got his fresh knife. Maybe him bumping into Allison coming up from the bottom of the stairs could make sense then in that scenario. Again, it's all speculation at this point, and I'm not gonna get too deep down the rabbit hole, because again, it's just speculation. But we do like to obsess over the what could be's around here, because we're counting down the days. Which, by the way, counting down the days, it's less than 9 months now, guys. I know a lot of you are like, it should be out on Blu-ray by now, which, had it been released in October, it would be coming out on Blu-ray probably like this week, like tomorrow probably. If the schedule of 2018 is any indicator. But it is what it is, right, guys? All right. Byron is here. Byron in the house. Yes. Thanks for being here, man. Byron, one of my most loyal viewers and friends out there. I appreciate the support, man. Phil says, I just love listening. Well, thank you, Phil. Thank you. I'm glad I'm not putting you to sleep out there, hopefully. All right. So what else has happened in the last month? Not a whole lot other stuff with the franchise. I mean, that photo is pretty big for January. It definitely, I didn't think that was going to be happening in January, but I think a lot of publications like Total Film and studios like Universal are having to retool their schedules, obviously, because things, they were scheduled for last year and they didn't happen. So they're having to fill in some blanks here and there. They're having to think fast but yeah, the hype train is rolling for HK. Obviously, we've had 2 short teasers, not including that behind the scenes teaser that came out when they wrapped filming back in Halloween of 2019, when they wrapped filming, and then of course we got the Let It Burn teaser that I'll call it the Let It Burn teaser that they gave us with the reschedule announcement, the delay, and then the newest teaser, and the next Halloween teaser is we'll call that one. So we've already seen a lot more of HK than we had of 2018 at this point. And I do think when we get that first teaser trailer, it will be, all of the stuff from the teasers we've already seen and a little bit more. But not a whole lot more, because they have already shown quite a bit more than they had this early. Of course, this early of 2018, they were still filming in January of 2018. They were literally wrapped filming in early February 2018. So, but if I had to put money as far as where it goes from here, I think we're going to have the teaser poster. It goes back to what I said last year and what we were thinking would likely be. I said it on Twitter before doing these lives. They're going to follow, Universal is going to follow the same pattern and the same schedule that they followed in 2018, because that worked. It worked beautifully for them, and it was the right amount at the right time. So that would mean teaser poster in roughly April, about 6 months out. And then I'd say teaser trailer, official teaser trailer, 90 seconds, 2 minutes, June, July maybe. We've got the Purge, the Forever Purge, I think it's called. That's coming out in July, I believe. They've rescheduled it now, is the last I heard. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I would think probably around that time. If Candyman is still coming out in mid-June, then I would think even more so that it would go back to being released in conjunction with Candyman. But again, how theaters are and how everything is at that point as opposed to now, who knows, the way things are going. But that's the way I saw it going last year. That's the way I still see it going. But that does not mean at all. I mean, in fact, this photo suggests that we're going to get some other treats along the way, aside from those things directly from Universal. We're going to get some publicity stills out here in given to us in the next in the next 9 months, but in the next 3 months until mid-April, when I would say, safe to say, we should have a teaser poster, which maybe gives us a full look at the mask. Maybe not, because again, what else can they really reveal other than just, part of the Michael mask and what makes it so great is the shadow play, is that it always looks different even when it's the same. And so I don't know, but I can't wait to see what the teaser poster is going to look like. Let's see, Byron. I was on TikTok checking out snake videos, but I'm here. Oh, whew. Snake videos. That's cool. As long as they're not real live snakes. I don't do snakes. Watching videos, that's one thing. Now, Snake Plissken, that's one thing. Live snake, like if I saw it on the floor right there, yeah, no way, no. I don't. I'm Indiana Jones when it comes to snakes. That one says almost look like they're at the front door and someone is on the floor. Okay, yeah, I got you. You talking about the photo? Looks like he might be at the front door. Yeah. Yeah, that could totally be. Like I said, I don't have the still queued up of Allison. Let's see. I could get that on here for you. Let's look at that still of Allison. Just because we can. I think we can. You guys let me know if there's any technical interruptions out there. But trying to use this new technology that so you don't have to stare at my face the whole time. All right, give me just a second, guys, because I'm going to bring up that Allison still from the most recent teaser. There it is. And again, I didn't immediately jump to this myself, but I've seen some people put them side by side, and here we go. All right, so there's for reference. There's the Allison shot that, again, this is all speculation, but we're just having fun here. So this is the Allison shot from the teaser released in October. And this is the total film shot. And so the thinking is that over there on her left, on the right side of the photo, might match the wall on his right, on our left side of the photo here. It's certainly possible. That kind of looks like leaves behind her. Again, it's very possible, but it's just like watching a trailer and seeing how it's edited and thinking, oh, that happened after that, but it's all through the editing, and really the two scenes happen in, so how it's going to be presented in what context, I don't know, but it could be, that could be their reunion, because we know they're going to have a reunion at some point. They got to. We don't know that, but we think that. I think that. Byron says real snakes. Yeah, nah. I don't know. Again, I could watch the real snakes on video, but even that gives me the heebie-jeebies, and I probably have nightmares. Yeah. The goriest horror movies don't give me nightmares, but thinking about snakes too much might. Byron says, I might have just thought of a fifth pitch for a Halloween sequel. Halloween Haddonfield. Does it involve snakes? Snakes in Haddonfield? That could actually work, you involve Silver Shamrock, bugs and snakes. That could actually work. As I've said many times, when it comes to this franchise, there are no rules except that this franchise is going to make their own rules and then break the rules and remake their own rules. So, yeah, they could do something like that. Bring back the Silver Shamrock Corporation. That's what I want to see. See what Silver Shamrock is doing 40 years later. Next year's the 40th anniversary of that film, by the way. Byron says, could you do a Psycho 2 type of film with Allison? And by the way, guys, I said this last week, because of the new using my DSLR here and running it through the computer, there is and using the OBS software, there is a bit more of a delay. So I apologize for you guys that, you might be commenting and I'm not reacting right away. There's a bit of a delay because you're seeing what I'm doing about 45 seconds after I've done it. So, which is not enough time for me to fix if I screw up. It's just going to be in there. But it is enough time to cause a weird delay where it seems like I'm ignoring you for extra long, and I'm not. It's just sometimes I don't see it right away. So anyway, back to Byron. Could you do a Psycho 2 type of film with Allison? Sure. Psycho 2, like the character in Psycho 2 and how they wanted revenge against Norman after he's released all those years later. Yeah, that was a great twist in Psycho 2. But by the way, yeah, I know Byron. You've talked a lot. I know you want to see Allison's story continue beyond the next two films, and yeah, I mean, I think Andy's great. I think Allison's a great character. I would like to see more of her. But again, as far as what happens after these films, as I've said before, I kind of feel like I got to reserve judgment to see where they take Allison with these films before I could commit to exactly what could be done. But could a Psycho 2 type thing be done with Allison seeking revenge, maybe working with somebody else to find vengeance? Sure. What do you guys think of those comments from David Gordon Green, though? I mean, he said similar things already. My favorite comment from him was last year when he said it was at Blumfest. He said, this is our Empire Strikes Back. Now, as a big Star Wars geek as well, obviously that one is all I needed to hear. But but I think those comments where he's talking about fear going viral and just the fear being everywhere, and I think that's part of removing the brother-sister storyline. That's what it's done, is it makes it more, once you realize that Michael Myers is hunting his family members, then it's not really that scary for you if you're not related to him. If you think too far into it, So I do like the fact that it goes back and removes the family dynamics. So now it could be anybody. And the fact that we've got these legacy characters like Tommy and Lindsay coming back. Obviously, like Laurie, they had their encounters with him, like Nurse Marion did, like Cypher's did. I mean, he killed Cypher's daughter. He killed Brackett's daughter. So these characters are going to be scarred like Laurie is, I imagine. And I can't wait to see how they're all depicted and how it's how it's fucked them up in different ways, for lack of a better term. Because I mean, clearly living through something like that, if you're Tommy and Lindsay as a kid, or even Nurse Marion, and you know, uh, Brackett losing his daughter as a teenager like that, and so brutally. You know, I'm very interested because that was absolutely what I feel like was a success with 2018 is how they treated Lori and her damage, her trauma. You know, and I love Jamie's performance in the film. You know, she's always great, but I do love the uh, the performance in that 2018 film a lot. I mean, like when she's sitting out there watching them load the bus, and then the dinner scene right after. Like I the first time I saw it, and then I saw it 3 times in a theater, and you know, the second and third time I really gravitated to that prison montage where it's the Donald Pleasance sound alike doing the Loomis voiceover, and it's Michael. I mean, I even like seeing Michael barefoot in there because it's like it's just something we're not used to seeing. He's in all white, he's barefoot, but it's still those feet, those legs that we have seen. It's just so and her performance and the music at that moment, it's so powerful. But now on repeat viewings at home in the last few years, I love that scene, but I love what comes right after it too. When she comes into the dinner scene and she's just so uh it's just heartbreaking, and Allison's trying to she's empathetic and trying to understand, but she's also got her mom who doesn't want to understand, doesn't want her to understand. You've got Cameron, who's a dipshit, in my opinion, who's just a typical dipshit, and then Ray, who I don't know, what to think about Ray, but he's a little not too in tune with where Allison's coming from for most of the movie, I feel like. But I love that scene. I don't know what got me going on that one, but just talking about JLC's performance. But Byron, I like his comments. Talk about Green's comments. Yes. The next Halloween movie, I predict 2026 or 2027. Yep. That, let's see, we're 2021 now. 22 will be Halloween Ends. So, yeah, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'd say 2026 at the earliest. That'd be 3 years after. Let's see. You push it to 2027 or 2028 now. Now you're looking at H50 in 2028, which seems like a long ways away, but it's 7 years away. It's going to fly by if the last few years is any indication. So I don't know. That could. But yeah, I would say 2026 at the absolute earliest. If HK and HNs are massive successes, like better than expected. Like I don't think either one will make more money than the 2018 film. Especially HK this year with some theaters very possibly still not being all the way open. I think they'll make a shit ton of money. I think they'll make enough to warrant making more movies, but will they make enough to make Malik say, we got to make another one right now? Or which 3 years out is kind of a right now. Because I think 2 years in between is pretty fast, generally speaking. So I would say that'd be pushing it 2026, but at the earliest then. My opinion, 2027, probably 2028. Again, H50. I mean, maybe that's what would we even do at that point? I don't know. Maybe just I don't know. I think all I know is we've got 3 movies in the same franchise, all called Halloween now. So I just think we need to just avoid numbers because that's what messed up Halloween 3, and just avoid the numbers altogether from here on out. But also let's avoid having the exact same title. Let's give everything a Halloween : something. Halloween Haddonfield, like you said, or Halloween the Loomis Diaries, or the Jamie Lloyd story, or give it some but no more numbers, but no more non-subtitles either. We got three. We got three called Halloween. I mean, this franchise owns the word Halloween when it comes to movies. So I think they got that covered. And it's already a little bit confusing for newcomers, but at this stage, I just, you're either in it like we are, or, good luck, because I don't even know how to tell people to start off. You start off with 78, and then it's choose your own adventure from there. Uh, Halloween Asylum. Yeah, that's a comic book, right? Isn't that the title of one of the comic books? Or that's your pitch for the Smith's Grove, young Loomis. Helen says they'll probably go to Laurie's kids fighting Michael. Yeah. I mean, some of those Strode women. I mean, there's three Strode women that all survived the last film, so I don't think all three. I've said this before. I don't see any way where all three make it through Halloween Kills, but I don't see all three dying in Halloween Kills. So who's going to survive and what will be left of them? Who knows? Yeah, Asylum is your pitch. That's right. Yeah, I like that. You think Halloween Ends will make more money because the pandemic will be over by then? Yeah, I think Halloween Ends, uh, again, unless there's like some severe backlash for some reason to Halloween Kills, which I don't think there will be, but if there's like some Rob Zombie Halloween 2 type backlash, uh, then I don't think, I mean, Halloween Ends could be the greatest follow up ever, and I don't think it would um, necessarily really be able to come back for that 1 year later. But I don't think it's going to have that kind of backlash. From everything I'm hearing and what's been put out there publicly, I think they are going to give us more of what we all loved from 2018, less of what we didn't love so much, and yeah, I think it's going to deliver mostly on the body count, but just David Gordon Green and Danny McBride, those guys being who they are. Yeah, I do look for some, some of their own type commentary on the fear going viral, like he said, and I look forward to it. I welcome that. Every Carpenter film has tons of social commentary, and he doesn't beat you over the head with it ever, but it's there. Halloween might have the least of it of all of his films, but you know, it's still even there, and just in the fact that it's suburbia, the safest place ever, the babysitter, a night at home, a family holiday for kids, and it's hell. It's a nightmare. It's you know, uh, and there's commentary in there because there is evil next door in suburbia in real life. You can watch any of these true crime documentaries on the Night Stalker or any of these. You know, it's everywhere, man. And so there is that social commentary even in Halloween 78 and in all of Carpenter's films. So the fact that they're going to work a little bit of that into there, I welcome it. I think the next thing we all need to really be looking forward to is when HNs is going to start filming. I don't know for sure myself. I've got some things that I can't say too much about yet because I haven't confirmed. When I know more, you'll be the first to know. But it's gonna happen this year, and again, hopefully with the pandemic, uh, they've got time. It's not coming out until next October, and like I said, they didn't start filming the 2018 film until January of 2018. And they filmed Kills in the fall of 2019. So they could, I guess what I'm saying is conceivably they've got the whole next year to get HNs done in order to come out the following October. So I have no doubt it's going to happen within that time. But I'm looking forward to finding out when. And when I do find out, I look forward to sharing that news with you guys. Hopefully they'll come back here to North Carolina. But all right, guys. Well, that's about all I've got for this week. If you guys have any last minute questions, fire away. I got a few more minutes, and but if not, I'm gonna wrap it up here in a minute. Oh, I did get a question on to the Facebook page the other day, asking about the kids book, The Legend of Halloween, and I told them, and I'll tell you guys, I don't know the release date. It's just funny that I got that message like just yesterday or the day before, and then today, the official social media accounts of the book, they posted something to the effect of sign up so that you're the first to know when the release date's coming. So, bottom line is, it's coming. Last I was told, there was some last minute legal issues that they had to clear up, and then it was, but it's finished. Obviously, it's written, it's illustrated. So, but that'll be coming, and that'll be something else that I'll be talking to you guys about. I look forward to getting a copy of it and checking it out. Honestly, I just think it's such a unique, different thing. Byron says Halloween Generations is another pitch of mine. Halloween Haddonfield is another title for the anthology series with Allison. Okay, I gotcha. Yep, Generations, kind of like Star Trek Generations. It certainly works. And the anthology with Allison. Yeah. Again, I have no problem with having more Allison stories. Like Alan said, it could very easily go to her. But it looks like, just from the brief, shots of her in the kills footage so far, it looks like she is going to somewhat become a bit of a hunter herself. It looks like the whole town is going to be hunting the hunter, which sounds fantastic to me. It looks like it's going to be a collision of carnage. So so I look forward to it. All right, everybody. Well, look, guys, before I go, I just want to again thank you all for joining me tonight. We're back. It's a new year. Again, I can't ever promise I'm going to be here every Monday, but as much as we can, certainly as we count down the weeks and get closer and closer to Halloween Kills, and we'll just geek out because there's going to be more merch and all. I am planning to do this again next Monday if everything goes as planned, and definitely going to have, like I said, a much larger report from the Halloween Party Expo on this Friday's episode of the Halloween Show. I urge you to check that out if you haven't. That's our weekly pre-recorded show. And plan on joining me again here next Monday, and we'll chat it up. And thank you for being here. As always, the stuff I've talked about, most of which you can find more about at HalloweenDailyNews.com. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. You can click that little bell icon and turn on your notifications, and then you'll get notified as soon as we put up any new videos or when we are going live. I'm trying to schedule these a little bit earlier now, so people have time and we can hype them up just a little bit more. And look for some exciting stuff happening on here. Like I said, eventually I'm going to be bringing in some guests, some recognizable people that you guys might know, and we'll celebrate Michael Myers Monday like we do here on the HDN channel. So again, if you're watching this after the fact, feel free to leave a comment and I'll address it on the next broadcast. And for all you guys, Phil, Byron, Alan, everybody out there that watched this week and that stopped by. Thank you so much for being here. And yeah, you guys be good out there. It's a new year, so let's try to make it a good one. And as always, you know, it is Michael Myers Monday. So one more drink, and I will say my farewell. I'm Matt Arts for Halloween Daily News. Thank you guys for watching.